Bum bum da 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 bum bum da. Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to the Roomies Digest. In today's video, we are going to be starting a new series called Book Talks. Not to be confused with Book Talk, which is TikTok, but Book Talk. And they both sound similar because my accent makes it sound like I'm saying the same exact thing. In this new series, Monique and I are both going to be talking about books that we have read and giving you guys our ratings, the reason for the ratings, a little tiny synopsis of the book, and I promise you, no spoilers, okay? No spoilers. Even though I really want to talk about everything with everybody, but no spoilers. In today's video, obviously, it's just going to be me because we are going to be talking about ACOTAR. Okay, so I have already read this book, and of course if you guys have watched any of our videos, you know Monique has not, but I wanted to go ahead and start off with the first book in the ACOTAR series. If you guys know anything about me or any of my tastes, I really do enjoy reading fantasy. I love being immersed in the worlds and getting to know all the characters and the magic systems and all the drama. Plus, if there's like a little, love triangle or something, I am like hopping on the OTP ship. So you guys know that I had to read ACOTAR. I actually read this in January of this year and it was a reread for me, but I did in fact give it a 4 stars. Now I know what you're thinking.
Everyone gives this book a really good rating.
Everyone really is obsessed with this series.
Christine, what does that matter with you?
Okay, well, first of all, ACOTAR is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, which put me off of it for the longest time. Like when it first came out, I was like, no, I do not need another Beauty and the Beast retelling, okay? I feel like that was my whole entire childhood reading experience and I don't need it. So I put it off for a really long time, finally read it. I really do enjoy ACOTAR. I think just because it's part of this series, because I do love the series so much and I am a character-driven reader and the characters are phenomenal. Like we love the characters, but there are some issues about this book that make me not want to rate it as high. So it's not just the retelling, because I actually do love retellings. I love Hades and Persephone. I will read about them every single day of my life until the day I die, but I do go back and forth on my feelings for this book because Sarah J Maas is a wonderful writer. She has such a talent for immersing you into the world. The way that she writes and sets up these settings that the characters have to live in and like develop themselves in is just mind-blowing. Like it's so good. In the beginning of Actually, I don't even think I told y'all what this book is about. Okay, let me do a tiny little synopsis so that you guys even know what this is about, and then we'll go into the book details. Basically, this story is about a young woman named Feyre. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to take a minute because I always say Farah or Fire, and it's like, that's not her name. Her name is Feyre, okay? Feyre. All right, so a young woman named Feyre goes into the woods because she is hunting for her family, a very Hunger Games, Katniss Everdeen situation. So she is going to hunt for her family so that they can eat dinner that night. And in her hunt, she finds a wolf. She kills the wolf, okay? This is not a plot spoiler. Then these Fae beings come to collect her and take her back into the fairy realm, because she has to face the consequences of her actions. So that's the basic premise. That's like a basic line level of what happened in the book. So anyway, the beginning of this book is spectacular. Sarah J Maas does a great job of setting up the human realm. Like you get a feel for the characters like Farah. Y'all, I did it again, okay. Feyre, her entire family, like her sisters, her dad, like the village that she lives in, how they interact with everybody else, Feyre's backstory, that kind of thing. Sarah J Maas really just did a good job with that. But then once she gets into the Fae realm, it gets a little, I don't want to say boring because I still read it and I still went on that journey with her, but it definitely like slows down a little bit. And Feyre is kind of an annoying character. Like, I'm not gonna lie, when you start out the book you think that she's gonna be this super cool like huntress, kind of like baddie, and she ends up just being this like very not self-aware young girl. And that kind of speaks to her character and like her character development throughout the series, but it annoyed the
crud out of me.
Also, I was like, why are you falling in love with people randomly? Definitely has a love interest in this book, but for me it just seemed like there was no reason for it. Honestly, what do you guys have in common? you know, other than being beautiful. Like, y'all don't even like the same things. They don't even understand each other on a level where they could be friends, really. Like, I feel like their morals are just not the same. But she does have like a cute little romance with one of the characters, and then also the side characters. I really enjoy basically all of them. Like Lucian, people give this man a hard time. Like, he really has been through a lot, okay? My baby Lucian. Ugh. So I really enjoy him as a character. I have always loved Nesta. I feel like I am a Nesta character. If I was gonna be cast in this movie, Nesta would be me, I would be her, we would be one, because she's just a baddie. Like, she kind of low-key is what I wanted Feyre to be. But anyway, okay, and then the cereal. Y'all, when you get to the cereal part, I love them. I just really love the cereal, okay? And it sounds like I'm saying cereal as in a bowl of cereal, but again, y'all, that's my accent, so here we go. There are some really great things about this book, and it is definitely a good time, okay? If you are looking for a basic B fantasy and you're a little nervous, I mean, there are, sorry y'all know I had to get up in here. There are 416 pages, so this is quite a hefty little thing, but like, it's an easy ride. Like, you don't have to think about much. They don't have complicated magic systems. They barely low-key talk about magic at all, so it's basically just like a romance with people until the very end. But we are not confused while we read this book, so don't worry about that. If you're kind of like, I don't even know if I want to get into fantasy, I would recommend this book 100%, because this is one of the easiest fantasy reads I've ever read, and it's enjoyable. Like, you get immersed into the world immediately. It's just the middle part that's a little bit slow. Y'all already know. And then the end is like a huge cliffhanger. I actually really enjoy the end. I love when she goes in on the people. When she goes in on the bad guys, it is so satisfying to me. I did rate this a 4-star, not because of the retelling, but just because of the pacing in the middle a little bit. And also, Sarah J Maas does this thing where she likes to just wrap everything up in a nice little bow for like the next book or like the next thing, and everything is super convenient and works out just like the way it's supposed to work out. But don't get me wrong, y'all, she's a genius. She puts things in here that come up later in the series, so like when you do the reread, you'll see if you do the reread, but she is like low-key a genius. Or high-key, because everybody knows what this book is, even if you haven't read it. But I will say things are super, super convenient. So anyway, it also makes me wonder like why some of the characters made some of the decisions that they did. And then also Rhys. Y'all know I have a thing for the baddies, okay? I think we talked about this. Like, the Darkling is a bae. I be loving Rhys. Ooh, Hades. Just my mans. My mans. I'm getting a little about it. Anyway, that's kind of the book talk. I know it was really sporadic and around the place, but these are my thoughts and feelings about ACOTAR. I really do recommend, if you're looking for a really easy fantasy to start off with, if you're not a fantasy reader, this is honestly one of the easiest fantasies to get into and to get obsessed with super, super easily. Once you open it and you start reading it and you get into it, you will for sure enjoy it and want to continue with the series. I'm not saying you'll think it's a 5-star, because I definitely know this is not a 5-star for me, but that doesn't mean the rest of the series isn't good. So that is the book talk on ACOTAR. It is definitely a fun ride and a 4-star for me. So anyway, I hope that made sense for you guys. I know I was all over the place, but that's just my thoughts and feelings about ACOTAR. So that's our first book talk. I hope you guys had fun and you learned something about ACOTAR that maybe you didn't really know before, or if you're on the fence about it, maybe this gave you a little more clarity about the series and the first book in the series. So anyway, I am gonna wrap it up because I've been talking for a long time, but if you will be so kind as to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell if you guys want to keep up with this channel. And like I said, I will not be the only one doing these. Monique will also be doing some book talks in the future as well. So if you guys have a specific book that you want us to talk about, or a specific book you want us to read, definitely leave that down below so that I know and she knows, and we can get that video made for you guys. So anyway, I am going to go, but I will see you guys in our next video. So thank you so much for watching and have a great day.